Sterling Fox, joined in studio by the Executive Director of the Condominium Homeowners Association of British Columbia and Province Condo Smarts columnist Tony Giventu is back with us. And Tony, you were talking in our opening segment about the Civil Resolution Tribunal Act, better known as Bill 44, just introduced in the last week or two by the government of BC.
Well, we always said there were no strata police, and that's about to change. There actually will be a strata sheriff, which is the tribunal.
Yeah. We took them to the CRT, Civil Resolution Tribunal. Yep. That's what this is all about.
Well, we always said there were no strata police, and that's about to change. There actually will be a strata sheriff, which is the tribunal.
Judy Atkinson, his wife, a so-called council member, is over there jamming gravel into the rotors of my brakes. Like, so, you know, council wants me to remove these cameras so they can do more vandalism? This is right. No. Removing any. Okay. Listed.
What happens after, and you've seen probably hundreds of these in your years with the Condominium Homeowners Association of British Columbia, what happens when, whether it's the Civil Resolution Tribunal that is coming down the pike or a court situation that exists already, when two parties, the Strata Council and an upset owner or group of owners, tee off against each other in court? It's acrimonious, it's no fun, it's nasty, etc., etc. At the end of the day, no matter what the decision of the court, these people still have to live with each other. How awful can that get?
Well, council wants me to remove these cameras so they can do more vandalism? This is right.
One of the goals is get on strata council, because so you can get your own way and you get what you want out of it.
Exactly.
Bill? Seriously, I don't give a flying fuck. Your wife's the vandal that caused this shit.
Those cameras are coming down. You're in violation of privacy policy. You're in violation.
What the hell, Bill? Seriously. The only thing we're doing is protecting our property. What's so important when you packing groceries to a friend's house? What the hell? I'm
following Strata's bylaws. The cameras.
No, you make this shit up as you go. Pal.
No,
yeah, you do. Go fuck yourself, man. Seriously. You touch those cameras?
Tell me not to.
You touch those cameras, you'll end up back in court. They're there because this fucking retard vandalized both of our vehicles, and so did your wife. And it's on fucking camera.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that the tribunal can play a good contributing role. The tribunal, by the way, the officers who are going to sit as tribunal managers are going to be appointed by cabinet.
Okay.
So in the end, the legislation sets out some guidelines and some very clear directives about competencies and experience and knowledge with respects to this discipline. So there's an obligation to put people onto the tribunal who actually have experience with stratus. And
rather than some political hack appointment.
Well, we hope so, right? We certainly hope so.
Some political hack appointment.
Well, we hope so, right?
Right.
We certainly hope so. So that, and the decisions of the tribunal will be published on a website. So they become binding decisions, which everyone will be able to read and understand what the outcome of those decisions are, and those decisions can be appealed. But at the end of the day, that's the point that most people miss. If you're going to get into a horrid conflict, you got to remember you're going to live here together at the end of the day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would imagine on more than a few occasions, somebody moved after the thing was over, right?
It is not inconsistent.
So, council wants me to remove these cameras so they can do more vandalism? This is right.
That is certainly what people contemplate. But I can tell you one thing that happens at the end of it. Rarely do either of the parties get out unscathed. Everyone pays the price for it.
Interesting stuff. CHOA.bc.ca, CHOA being the acronym for the Condominium Homeowners Association of British Columbia. Terrific website. If you're particularly just sort of looking at the whole condo strata segment of real estate as a potential land, I don't mean to go negative on you here, my friend, but I think, and I hear the word tribunal, I think of human rights tribunals and the criticisms that they have richly deserved over the years, most of which have to do with its quasi-judicial nature. They're fake courts who have the power of real courts. And
Obligation to put people onto the tribunal who actually have experience with stratas and
rather
actually
than
have
some political hack appointment.
well, we hope so, right?
To do with its quasi-judicial nature. They're fake courts who have the power of real courts. And this is kind of freaky to a lot of people.
Because if you look at the essence of the language, the mandate really is within this legislation, and the wording is enshrined right in the legislation, to make this accessible, to make it timely, speedy, to make it economical, and to make it fair and informal.
Okay.
So it does have to apply the principles of law and fairness. That can't be eliminated. it fair and informal.
Okay.
You know, so it does have to apply the principles of law and fairness.
I have to have enough.
Yeah.
You know, $70,000 worth of brand new paint jobs. A Toyota IM and a Toyota RAV4.
Yeah.
Right? And you want to see the stuff? I mean, it's right there.
I've been reading.
I've got the video. Yeah, it's just enough's enough. You know. You'll end up back in court. They're there because this fucking retard vandalized both of our vehicles and so did your wife. And it's on fucking camera.
So, lawn cutters must have been here today.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they moved them and cut the grass. If there wasn't cameras here, we could take these from our backyard.
They're listening to you now.
The decisions of the tribunal will be published on a website, so they become binding decisions.
To do with its quasi-judicial nature. They're fake courts who have the power of real courts. And this is kind of freaky to a lot of people.